Hi, this is Mike from Boca Film Studios, and today I'm going to compare the Mavic Air with the Mavic 2 Pro. Alright, so you might even be saying right away, I mean, there's no comparison. The Mavic 2 Pro is just that much better of a drone, and in some cases, I would definitely agree with you, but I still think it's worth a comparison. The first Mavic Pro was really revolutionary in its ability to just be foldable, how small it was, and yet the quality was still excellent. The Mavic Air took it a step further, and I mean, it gave you this thing. Look how small this is, it's incredible. It's a drone that served me very well. The sensor, the optics, the 100 megabits of this drone was just better than the Mavic Pro, the original. Certainly the size, the portability, for me personally, what they did with the remote, removing the thumbsticks, there were so many things that they were very, very intelligent about, things that I think they really thought about us as a consumer when they built this drone. Not just for the image quality, but its portability, its capabilities were just excellent. And something that I think is a huge factor in the comparison, the price was actually quite excellent. You know, for $700, you could get this drone and you would have, at the time, one of the best capable drones that DJI made. For me, there's definitely so many things that they did with this drone that's incredible. The intelligent flight modes, the abilities with the sensor with the 100 megabits, even the sensors on the drone for added security. They just really did a great job with this drone. Some of the shortcomings, for sure, the battery life, it's awful. It's absolutely terrible. The other thing that was actually frustrating over time was just its ability to really connect with the wireless remote. I think sometimes the connectivity between the drone and the remote was not great. My image froze all the time. I'd lose signal, I'd regain signal. Those were some of the things that kind of irked me. But to be honest, for $700 plus the Fly More pack for $1,000, this was an incredible drone, and it still is an incredible drone. It really honestly is. That said, I mean, it's really hard to compare the image quality to the Mavic 2 Pro. Again, it's 100 megabits, but in a 1-inch Hasselblad sensor. Hasselblad, whatever. They're good at making cameras. They've been around for a long time. So kind of comparing the two, they both can record 4K 30 frames per second at 100 megabits. That's a huge deal. This one is in a 10-bit sensor and this one is not. The battery life, DJI in this one will say it's about 21 minutes. Honestly, it's like 12 once you get it all set and ready to go. This one, 31 minutes. That's huge. That's a really, really big deal. They also kind of stole some of the best parts of the Mavic Air's controller and kind of hybrid built the Mavic 2 Pro's controller. The detachable thumbsticks are actually huge for carrying, and those are just some things that carried over to this Mavic 2 Pro, and that's why I love it so much. It also copied a lot of the sensor features of the Mavic Air. I think they realized that people really like the intelligent flight modes that they put into the Mavic Air, and they put some on the sides because people were, doing parallaxes and then crashing into buildings and trees and whatever. So big upgrade to this for sure. Now I want to come back to the two things that I honestly think kind of set the Mavic Air in a position that is still feasible. I mean, when you kind of compare specs, there's no doubt that the Mavic 2 Pro wins. But why would I still want the Mavic Air? I mean, it's still for sale. They're not going to stop selling it. Well, I actually think that there's two huge reasons why you might still want the Mavic Air. Look, it's an incredible drone. It really kind of is just incredible. It's something that the image quality is very, very, very good. It's not this, but it's very, very, very good. So for the price point, $700 with the Fly More kit, it's about $1,000. That's an incredible deal for a drone this size at the image quality that you're going to get. I think that that's quite incredible, to be completely honest. With this drone, I did the Fly More pack, bought the drone, and I think I added the insurance where you can crash it twice and get 2 new drones. It was almost $1,900 almost $1,000 more than the Mavic Air. And I know for a fact that not everybody's got $2,000 to put into a drone. You'd rather put $2,000 into a really good camera for your weddings, for your cinematography, whatever it is that you're doing. And I actually think that that's a huge factor. The Mavic Air, again, still great quality. This will get some things done for you if you film weddings. But for, you know, $800-900 more, you could end up with this drone. The other thing that you really have to consider is the size. I mean, I know that it sounds kind of redundant to just say that the Mavic Air is small, but if you're traveling a lot, if you're flying a lot on airplanes, this is just so much easier to transport. I still think I can find a way to make this work, but you can't deny that this is just so excellent for traveling. So those are really the two things that I think make the Mavic Air still very attractive. The price point and the size. It's still great quality for what it is that you're paying. And so I would say, especially if you're on a budget, this is not something that you should count out. I still think it is a drone that that absolutely has its market. That said, I'm gonna love the crap out of this drone, and I'm gonna sell this one. Well, that's my quick comparison of the Mavic Air and the Mavic 2 Pro. And you know, I'm kind of wondering how many people out there, now that they've seen the Mavic 2 Pro, are still going to go out there and get the Mavic Air. I bet you there's still a lot of people that would consider that. By the way, I bet you could find a ton of these on eBay right now because everybody's, you know, trying to upgrade to this. I hope that that was helpful to you. Maybe you're trying to consider these two. Hopefully that this helps kind of compare both for you, and so that you can make an informed decision that's best for your budget and for your production value. As always, if you liked this video, you found it to be helpful, I really hope that you subscribe. Certainly like this video and hit the little bell so you can follow along in all of our journeys. Because, you know, one of the other things I really want to do with the Mavic 2 Pro is do a whole setup video. You know, what are some of the color space things that I want to do? What are my settings? What are some of the things that I use the most? I'm going to spend a lot of time, maybe even in color grading some of the footage that I'm going to end up with. So stay tuned for that. All right, thanks so much for watching. As always, happy and safe flying.